If you've just arrived at this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos about the lives of your favorite celebrities. Today, we're diving into the fascinating life of Dave Annable, the actor who has captivated our screens from Brothers and Sisters to Yellowstone and now Lioness. Dave Annable is not just another Hollywood actor. He is a man who has experienced ups and downs, fought for his career, and shown that true love can overcome any obstacle. His story is an emotional roller coaster that will keep you glued to the screen. Born David Rodman Annable on September 15, 1979, in Suffern, New York, Dave grew up in Walden, a small town in New York State far removed from the glamour of Hollywood. His mother Tammy is of Jewish descent, while his father Rodman John has English, German, Irish, and French ancestry. This diverse cultural mix shaped his unique personality. Dave wasn't the typical kid who dreamed of being an actor. Quite the opposite. Growing up in a small town, he was obsessed with sports. He played baseball, rugby, and hockey with a passion that seemed to destine him for a sports career. In fact, during his youth, many thought he would end up as a professional athlete, not an actor. But life has mysterious ways of guiding us toward our destiny. Dave had a sister named Rebecca and a half-sister named Stacy, and it was his family environment that began to spark his interest in the dramatic arts. However, it wasn't until college that he seriously considered acting as a career. The transition from sports to acting wasn't easy. Dave had to face doubts not only from others, but also from himself. Could a sports-loving small-town guy really make it in Hollywood? The answer would come soon, but not without some tough times first. His first big break came with television commercials. And when I say commercials, I don't mean small, local ads. Dave landed major contracts with brands like Reebok, Volvo, Wendy's, Pepsi Vanilla, Time Warner Cable, the New Jersey Devils, Pepsi Sierra Mist, Starburst, and Abercrombie & Fitch. These jobs not only gave him exposure, but also provided the financial stability needed to pursue more significant roles. The turning point in his career came with the series Reunion in 2005. This mystery series, where each episode revealed clues about a murder, gave Dave his first real opportunity to showcase his acting skills in a long-format production. Although the series didn't last long, it was enough to catch the attention of Hollywood producers. But it was Brothers and Sisters that truly catapulted Dave to stardom. From 2006 to 2011, he played Justin Walker, a complex character struggling with addiction and post-war trauma. This role not only showed his range as an actor, but also gave him the chance to work alongside veteran actors like Sally Field and Callista Flockhart. And this is where the story gets really interesting, because it was on the set of Brothers and Sisters that Dave met the love of his life. Odette Yesman, now Odette Annable, joined the cast in the fifth and final season of the series. The chemistry between them was so evident on screen that many fans began to speculate if there was something more off-camera. As it turned out, they were right. Dave and Odette started dating, and their relationship developed in a way that seemed straight out of a Hollywood script. Odette, born on May 10, 1985, in Los Angeles, comes from a fascinating multicultural family. Her mother Lydia is Cuban, and her father Victor is Colombian with Italian and French ancestry. This cultural diversity meant that Odette spoke Spanish fluently, something Dave found absolutely charming. The marriage proposal was intimate and romantic, typical of Dave's discreet style. They got engaged in September 2010, and just a month later, on October 10, 2010, they celebrated their wedding in a private ceremony in Ojai, just north of Los Angeles. The wedding was magical, with 200 friends and family present to see Odette walk down the aisle to the tune of the Beatles, All You Need Is Love. One of Dave's co-stars from Brothers and Sisters officiated the ceremony, adding a personal and special touch to the occasion. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating celebrity stories. After Brothers and Sisters, Dave continued building his career with varied roles. He appeared in 666, Park Avenue, a supernatural thriller that, although short-lived, allowed him to explore a completely different genre. Then came Red Band Society, where he played a doctor, once again demonstrating his versatility as an actor. But let's talk about money, because we know that's what you really want to know. Dave Annable's net worth in 2025 is estimated between $3 and $4 million. This figure may seem modest compared to Hollywood megastars, but it represents a solid and consistent career in the entertainment industry. His income comes mainly from his television work, which has been steady over the years. Successful TV series actors can earn between $20,000 and $100,000 per episode, depending on their importance to the series and their negotiating power. Dave, with his track record in popular series, is likely at the higher end of this range. In addition to his acting income, Dave has made smart investments in real estate. Although he keeps a low profile about his properties, it is known that he and Odette own a beautiful family home in Los Angeles, where they have raised their daughters. The property, valued at several $1 million, reflects their taste for discreet elegance rather than ostentation. In 2015, 5 years after their marriage, Dave and Odette received the best news of their lives. They were going to be parents. Charlie May Annable was born that year, turning the couple into a family of 3. The arrival of Charlie may completely change their perspectives on life and professional priorities. Dave became a devoted father, often speaking in interviews about how fatherhood had changed his approach to work. It was no longer just about choosing interesting or lucrative roles, but finding projects that allowed him to be present for his family. But this is where the story takes an unexpected and painful turn. In October 2019, after 9 years of what seemed like a fairy tale marriage, Dave and Odette announced their separation. The news shocked their fans, especially because it came just days after their 9th wedding anniversary. In a joint statement, they said, "It is with a heavy heart that we have come to the mutual decision to separate at this time." The words were diplomatic, but behind them lay a story of pain, challenges, and struggles that the couple had been facing privately. The separation was not easy for either of them. They had to navigate co-parenting Charlie May, who was then only 4 years old, while dealing with their own feelings of loss and disappointment. For Dave, who had always valued family above all else, this separation represented one of the most difficult periods of his life. But this is where the story becomes truly inspiring. After nearly 10 months apart, something extraordinary happened in August 2020. Dave and Odette announced that they had decided to give themselves a second chance. In an Instagram post that melted hearts around the world, they confirmed that they were back together. Dave playfully commented on his wife's post, "My post is better," showing that humor and connection they had never really lost. The reconciliation was not just an emotional decision, it was the result of a lot of work, couples therapy, and a mutual commitment to fight for their love. And as if the universe was celebrating their second chance, in 2022 they received another blessing: the birth of their second daughter, Andy. Odette called her their miracle baby, acknowledging that her arrival after the reconciliation had been truly special. The experience of separation and reconciliation profoundly changed Dave. In subsequent interviews, he has openly spoken about how that time taught him the value of communication, the importance of not taking loved ones for granted, and how sometimes you need to get lost to truly find yourself. Now, let's talk about his recent career, because Dave Annable is experiencing a kind of professional renaissance. His work on Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone, although brief, reintroduced him to a new generation of fans. He played Lee Dutton, the eldest son of John Dutton, in the early episodes of the series. Although his character died early in the first season, his performance was so impactful that fans still talk about it. What many don't know is that Dave almost turned down the role in Yellowstone. In a recent interview, he revealed that he initially hesitated to take a role he knew would end quickly with his character's death. However, his instinct told him that working with Taylor Sheridan would be an opportunity not to be missed. That decision turned out to be brilliant because that brief work on Yellowstone led directly to his current role in Special Ops: Lioness. In this series, Dave plays Neil McNamara, the husband of Joe, a CIA agent played by Zoe Saldana. The role has allowed him to explore the complexity of being married to someone whose job constantly endangers the family. Dave has described this role as one of the most challenging of his career, not only because of the emotional intensity required, but because it reflects many of the real struggles that military and law enforcement families face every day. His own experience navigating marital challenges has given him a unique perspective for this role. In addition to Lioness, Dave was recently confirmed for a recurring role in the upcoming Netflix series The Waterfront, written and produced by Kevin Williamson. This project marks his return to streaming television, a platform that offers new opportunities to tell more complex and nuanced stories. But Dave Annable is not just an actor, he is also a committed philanthropist. He actively supports several charitable organizations, particularly those focused on children's welfare and mental health. His personal experience with marital challenges has made him an advocate for couples therapy and mental health in general. His hobbies reveal a man who has kept his feet on the ground despite Hollywood's success. Dave is an avid hiker and fisherman, activities that allow him to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the entertainment industry. He often takes his daughters on outdoor adventures, teaching them to appreciate nature as he did during his childhood in New York State. As for his lifestyle, Dave and Odette maintain a relatively low profile compared to other celebrity couples. They are not known for extravagant parties or ostentatious purchases. Instead, they prefer family vacations, intimate dinners with close friends, and quality time at home with their daughters. His Instagram account, which has over 133,000 followers, offers genuine glimpses into his family life. The posts show everyday moments, Charlie May and Andy playing, family adventures, and occasional photos from the set. This authenticity is part of what makes Dave so beloved by his fans. Looking to the future, Dave has several projects in development. Although he is discreet about the specific details, he has mentioned in interviews his interest in exploring directing and producing. His experience in the industry, combined with his eye for good stories, positions him well to expand his role behind the camera. He is also considering projects that allow him to work closer to home. After years of traveling for work and experiencing the challenges that put on his marriage, Dave now prioritizes projects that do not require long periods away from his family. One of the most fascinating things about Dave Annable is how he has evolved as a public figure. In his early career years, he was known for being somewhat reserved in interviews. Now, especially after his experience with separation and reconciliation, he is much more open about his personal struggles and the lessons he has learned. This vulnerability has resonated deeply with his fans. In a world where celebrities often present perfect images, Dave's honesty about his imperfections and challenges is refreshing and relatable. His love story with Odette has become a source of inspiration for many couples facing difficulties. Their message is clear. True love doesn't mean never having problems, but being willing to work through those problems together. In terms of his professional legacy, Dave Annable represents a generation of actors who have built solid careers without necessarily achieving megastar status. His consistency, professionalism, and ability to find the humanity in every character he plays have made him a favorite among directors and audiences alike. His colleagues in the industry describe him as a generous actor who is always willing to help elevate the performances of those he works with. This reputation is invaluable in Hollywood, where relationships and reputation can make or break a career. Before we finish, let's talk about some fascinating trivia about Dave that you probably didn't know. For example, he is passionate about cooking and often cooks for his family on weekends. His specialty is Italian dishes, a skill he developed during his early years in Hollywood when money was scarce and cooking at home was an economic necessity. He is also a voracious reader, particularly of biographies and history books. This passion for continuous learning is reflected in the depth he brings to his characters. Dave does extensive research for each role, often reading books related to his character's profession or background. Another curiosity is his love for animals. Dave and Odette have rescued several dogs over the years, and their home is known among friends as a haven for needy animals. This compassion for vulnerable creatures is another facet of his personality that his fans find endearing. As for his exercise routine, Dave has maintained his athletic physique through a combination of weight training, running, and recreational sports. At 45, he still plays hockey in a local league when his schedule allows, keeping alive that sports passion from his youth. His relationship with social media is interesting. Although he has a presence on Instagram, Dave is selective about what he shares. He prefers to show genuine moments from his family life rather than constant promotional posts. This authenticity has created a stronger connection with his followers. Looking toward 2025 and beyond, Dave Annable is in a unique position in his career. He has the experience and credibility of decades in the industry, but also the energy and motivation of someone who has rediscovered what truly matters in life. His upcoming projects promise to show new facets of his talent. The work on Netflix's The Waterfront, in particular, could be the vehicle that takes him to the next level of critical and popular recognition. Ultimately, Dave Annable's story is one of persistence, personal growth, and the importance of never giving up on the things that truly matter. From his humble beginnings in a small New York town to becoming a respected figure in Hollywood, from facing the pain of marital separation to finding his way back to love, Dave has shown that real life is much more complex and beautiful than any script. His ability to stay grounded while navigating the pressures of Hollywood, his dedication to his family, even when it meant making professional sacrifices, and his willingness to be vulnerable and honest about his struggles make him a truly admirable figure. And there you have it, the complete story of Dave Annable in 2025. A man who has found the balance between professional success and personal happiness, who has learned from his mistakes and emerged stronger. His journey continues, and we are here to follow it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more content about your favorite celebrities. We have many more fascinating stories waiting for you. And now, make sure to watch the next video that appears on the screen, where we explore the life of another star that will completely surprise you.